I don't know about you, but I am both unbelievably lazy and unbelievably unorganized, as well as unbelievably procrastinator and lazy. I'm not good at cleaning, you guys, which is probably arguably the best reason for me to make this video. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Jamie Wolfer. Welcome to my little lifestyle at home corner of the internet, as opposed to lifestyle not at home. I don't take a lot of outfit pictures in public. That's what that means. In today's video, we are going to be going over rules that I try to follow and adhere to as closely as possible as a messy working mom of 4. Also, full disclosure, my septic is being replaced right now, so I might have to go talk to the public health department at some point. Here's the deal. I have a very clean mom. Okay? She used to have this saying where she was like, let's make it model home clean. Let's make it model home clean. Thinking, because we attended like a lot of model home showings, that would really motivate us as children to jump on board and follow suit to make things really clean. She also inherently is just really good at keeping a clean house. I, on the other hand, missed that stick on the way out of that tree and have to work really hard to stay clean and stay on top of things. So if you are a naturally clean person and you are naturally on top of things, any tips that you might have, please feel free to leave those in the comments down below. Or if you're really bad at it, leave it down there as well. And while you're at it, down there in that section of the YouTubes, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe? Hang out with me. Let's figure out how to tackle life together because, let's be honest, it's a big stress ball sometimes, and anything we can do to make each other's lives easier, let's do that. But enough about me pandering for subscribers. Let's just jump right on into it. Now, let's just say for the record, again, I'm not a naturally clean person, but I use these systems, these rules to fall back on to quickly get my home back on track. For those of you that are new here, this is actually my second YouTube channel. My first one has about 135,000 subscribers. I'm a professional wedding planner. I have 2 podcasts. We have a homestead. I have a bunch of kids. There's a lot of things going on here. And when you're naturally not good at cleaning or staying on top of things, you need a fallback system, okay, to like rely on when stuff starts to hit the fan, because sometimes it's like actual stuff. There are a lot of breathing creatures here on this property. So I cling to these rules, to these systems as a holy grail of sorts to get my house back to normal. There's literally a skid steer right outside my window right now, but he's actually grating all of the dirt for us, which is so kind. But we're just going to bring this in close, all right? We're going to bring this in close, and hopefully you won't be able to hear him as well. I need these systems to fall back on because, to be totally honest, I'm literally surrounded by clutter right now, but I'm not too worried about it because I have this system in place to make my life just that much easier. So if you're a mom, whether you are a stay-at-home mom, you're a work-from-home mom, or you're working outside the home, whatever it happens to be, or you're a newlywed coming over from my main channel going, hey, I want to keep hanging out with Jamie, welcome. Rule number 1, everything needs a home. If it doesn't have a home, it will never be put away. I'm not intending to be super poetic here, but it's literally just true. If you don't have a place to put pens, they're just going to float around forever until they find their way to your junk drawer. Everything needs a place to be put away, and this does not have to be a permanent fixture, okay? There are all those things, we all have those floating items around our household where we're like, I don't know where you go. Pick a spot for now, and it lives there until you find a more suitable solution. But ideally, we want to make sure if you own it, you have a spot to put it away when it's not in use. Rule number 2, or hack number 2, I don't know, choose your clickbait word of choice. Set a timer. You will be shocked how quickly you can accomplish a task that has been bugging the absolute living daylights out of you. And we've all seen those tweets over on Instagram, like an adult, where people make fun of the fact that they procrastinated on getting something done for 6 months and then finally did it and it took them 15 minutes. We do that thing in our homes. Now, for you like regular cleaning ladies, like that's not a thing for you. But for us, we do that all the time. So sometimes that means just setting a timer, just jumping into it and going, okay, I'm going to see how long this one task takes me. And this hack/rule is going to come in handy in a few more steps. So keep that one in mind. Rule number 3 sounds so silly, but remember, we're talking about the mental game here. We're trying to mentally make cleaning easier. And I say remember that, but I haven't brought that up yet. We are trying to make cleaning easier because if it's a big mental hurdle, we're not going to do it. So this simple hack of having multiple cleaning bottles in each one of your locations will literally change the game for you. I'm talking a glass cleaner and an all-purpose cleaner in every bathroom and under your kitchen sink. So for us, we have 2 bathrooms and 1 kitchen. Obviously, 2 would be a little bit weird. So I have 3 bottles of glass cleaner. I have 3 bottles of all-purpose cleaner. Branch Basics happens to be my favorite. We use that for absolutely everything. I've used it for years now, and I'm actually pretty impressed with how it works. The only one that's like not great, but also we don't use distilled water like they recommend because I'm not going out to buy distilled water. So the glass one isn't as clean. However, if you use a microfiber cloth to clean up afterwards, it takes care of all of the streaks. So while it's not truly streak-free for us because we use our filtered Berkey water, it becomes streak-free after the microfiber cloth. I digress. If you have cleaning supplies under every single sink, that means you're not running back and forth or running all around the house to try to find things. Although I literally just look over there and I found one of my all-purpose cleaners. I've been looking for that. I am continuously picking them up and putting them back, but they have a home. Each of them has a home underneath a sink. Cutting down on the walking back and forth to different zones of your house and knowing that for sure, unless your children play hide and seek with cleaning products like mine do, there will be some under that sink when you go to clean that area, makes it a lot easier. Rule number 4, hack number 4. Let's call them rules, okay? Because it makes them sound so much more aggressive and official. Delegate. This is something that I actually had to kind of learn the hard way. My husband doesn't see the messes that I see. Remember, I was raised in a home where model home clean was something I heard a lot. And I actually don't know what his cleaning routine or cleaning system looked like as a child. So for me, it took me a minute to realize that he doesn't see the dust on the baseboards. And he doesn't realize that it's been a week since one area was vacuumed. It's just not something he's tuned into. And honestly, I'm a lot better at it. So once I learned to pour a lot more grace on that and start asking for help in very clear ways, it became a lot easier for me. I just assumed he saw what I saw. He doesn't. Same thing goes for my children. I have to give clear and specific directives for what they're supposed to do. So each of the kids has a zone in the house that they are responsible for taking care of. Olivia has the living room and kitchen table and the floor underneath the kitchen table. Isabella has the family room, and Silas has the entryway hallway and the hallway to all of our bedrooms. And we'll get into those systems in just a moment. But if I don't delegate, then I can't be effective at running my YouTube channels, my podcasts, my business, and taking care of my kids properly. So kind of getting over that emotional hump of actually asking for help can be a lot for some of us. But once you get to the other side, let me tell you, it's beautiful. Which leads beautifully into rule number 5. Have a system in place, a day where you do certain things. Now this is our chore chart. It's really ugly. It's all bent up. It's got stains on it. I'm working on putting another one together for you guys. That's going to be a great digital download. Should have had it ready already. Oh well, I didn't want to hold off on making this video, but I will put this up on the screen in case you want to screenshot it for reference or just kind of look at it while I'm talking about it. So you'll see in the top row, we have everyday tasks, which includes kitchen, house task, zone, and laundry. So what does that mean? The kitchen is picked up every single day. We run the dishwasher every day. We homeschool, we're here all the time, so that works for us, especially with the milking equipment for the goats. Now, house task will refer to row number 2, which delineates the task for each kid in their area for that day of the week. So on Mondays, we do dust and polish. Now, we don't actually polish that many things in our home. It just looked better than having the word dust by itself. Tuesdays, we vacuum rugs and room edges. Wednesdays, we sweep and Swiffer in case there's anything left over from the day before. Thursdays, we do a huge area pickup, and Fridays, we focus on bedrooms. Now, the zone that needs to be cleaned every day usually falls on me. So on Monday, ideally, I would pick up the office. Tuesday would be the pantry. Wednesday would be entryways and hallways, but now that Silas is on that one's going to get adjusted a little bit. Thursdays is bathrooms. Friday is garage and porch/patio. Saturday is fridge, so I can kind of do a quick glance through and see whatever we have, to then make Sundays meal planning a whole lot easier. And then doing a load of laundry each day, which then leaves me the entire weekend to ideally, hopefully be laundryless. Now, I will say, I fall off this schedule, this bandwagon, with great regularity. What I like about this is because I have a system, I know that I don't have to go back through and tackle everything all at once. Let's say I haven't really done any proper cleaning in a week. I'm not going to try to go through and clean the office, organize the pantry, pick up the hallways, clean the bathrooms, take care of the garage and the porch and the patio, all in one day. I'm going to simply pick up wherever we left off in that week. So let's say today is Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and clean the bathrooms, and just know that by the time Monday comes around, I can spend some time working on the office. Rule number 6, always do a chore that shows. Always do something that has visual impact that makes you feel instantaneously better, all right? For me, the big things are flat surfaces and my bed. If I want to immediately feel better, I go make my bed. And sometimes I don't even make it first thing in the morning. I know there's all those people that are saying like, you should make your bed first thing in the morning so you feel accomplished and then you do great things for the rest of your day. There's also a book I read about basically running your home that says make your bed first thing in the morning so you're not tempted to get back into it. And I was like, wow, I feel seen. Sometimes that doesn't happen for me though. But if I can at one point during the day make my bed, then I know that my husband's gonna have that fantastic feeling of walking into a room, even if there's stuff on the floor. There's going to be one thing that feels nice in that space. I also treat flat surfaces like this, like the kitchen table or the kitchen counters. If I'm feeling overwhelmed by clutter in spaces, then I try my best to clear off those zones or have the kids help me clear off those zones so it feels better. Visual clutter equals brain clutter for me. So anytime I can kind of cut down on that and do a chore that has a dynamic visual impact, I will automatically feel better. Rule number 7, have a list of things you can complete in 15 minutes. Do you know the power that you will have when you unlock this hack? Do you have any idea how much better you're going to feel about your home, about your space, about your laundry if you realize how much you can get done in 15 minutes? Remember earlier when we were talking about timing yourself to see how quickly a chore goes? Start making a list of those things that you can get done so the next time you're feeling bogged down or overwhelmed or the visual clutter is affecting your brain clutter, you can then, rule number 8, set a timer for 15 minutes and accomplish one of those tasks. Dave Ramsey, love him or hate him, but he has a pretty effective psychology behind paying down debts, where if you start with the smallest debt and you pay that off, you'll feel better. You'll feel encouraged and want to continue to move forward with paying down your other debts. The same thing goes with cleaning. With this rule, having a list of 15-minute chores, and this rule of setting a timer for 15 minutes, you can take over the world. You can have your house feel so much cleaner. And I don't know about you, but when I do this, when that timer finishes, I'm like, I'm already in the zone. I'm just going to keep going, which is like such a good hack. Didn't quite make this list because some of you might not feel the same way I do. Some of you might hit 15 minutes and be like, I'm done. But no, I almost have to like trick myself into jump starting my own cleaning process because then I just kind of don't want to stop because I get a gratifying feeling from getting it done. Next, clean in phases. You want to pick up first, then dust up high, dust in the middle, and throw everything off onto the ground. I'm not kidding. You swipe all of those crumbs from the kitchen counter onto the ground, and then you sweep the floors or vacuum the floors, and then Swiffer or mop them afterwards. So you want to work from the top down in every single capacity. So for example, let's say you're working in the bathroom. You want to do the mirror before you do the counter. The only exception to this rule, in my opinion, is I like to do the sink before I do the counter in case any of the cleaning product gets up and around on the granite. So I will go back through and clean that off afterwards. But there's a reason in this system that we start with dusting, up high, vacuuming, and then Swiffering. So hopefully I'm equipping my kids well to understand how these phases work. So when they're out on their own, when they're 42 and I finally let them leave my sight, they will understand how to clean. Just kidding. I'm not keeping them till 42. I could. But I don't think I want to. Do not deep clean when you are feeling stressed out. I did this always as a child. And I'm now so blessed to have a child that does this as well. When I would get overwhelmed, I would pull everything out of my closet. All of it. I'm talking buried memories from like 5th grade and I'm in my freshman year and I'm going through things trying to figure out if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to get rid of it and like crying over notes from people I don't even talk to anymore. I have learned that if I am overwhelmed, I cannot open a cupboard and start going through things. I cannot go organize my entire pantry. I have to go back to the feel-good chore, right? I have to knock a few of those feel-good chores out of the way. I have to do a 15-minute task, not a deep clean. I think that so many of us get overwhelmed because we feel like there's that expectation that we will get these big tasks done, that we do them at the wrong time. And it could be that you're trying to deep clean at the wrong part of your cycle, or it could be that you had a really bad day at work, and maybe organizing all of your socks and figuring out if you have matches is not going to be the best activity to calm yourself down. Instead, return to the Ramsey snowball effect and go for something that's just going to make you feel good. Slap some lipstick on that pig, light a candle, and call it a day. Rule number 11, I am trying so hard to instill this in my children. We're still learning it. Make piles. Do not pick something up and walk back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Do I do this? Yes, sometimes when I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. And then I'm just, getting my steps in for the day, but I'm not making cleaning go by any more quickly. And I'm really just running down my timer and kind of making a whole lot more work for myself. Instead, I try to make a pile of things that go to one end of the house or the other end of the house. There is a pile for the office, a pile for the pantry, a pile for the kids' rooms, a pile for Amelia's room, for my room, etc. So that way, if we are in a main family space, we continue to add things to these piles until we can pick it all up and then take it to that person's room. And then last but most certainly not least, make it cute, okay? Are we over here now? I love this man for grading all of this. I just wish I had my video done before he started. Make the containers cute. Make the spray bottles cute. Make the cloth you clean with cute. Put on an apron. Put your hair up. Put on some fun music. I know a lot of people who do cleaning videos recommend listening to a podcast, but I have way too many kids to make using earbuds in the middle of a day a good idea. So I have to have those out. So putting on some fun music also helps to get my kids in the mood to help me clean as well. Okay, the skid steer is just going to keep coming back and forth. You're going to probably hear some background noise, but we just got to get through this video and we're on the last rule, okay? And now he's finally grading right in front of me. Just stay with me, okay? For me, that means using really pretty amber bottles to store my cleaning products, or using glass jars to store my baking soda or my borax, or even we use an olive oil dispenser for our laundry detergent. Using these simple hacks makes it a way nicer experience for me. Plus, I swear aprons have magic powers. I don't care what you say. There's something about putting on an apron, whether I'm cooking a meal or cleaning something up, that just makes me feel like a domestic queen. Okay? And if you want to feel that way, if you want to feel empowered and like you're in charge of your home, I highly recommend putting on an apron and going to town. So that's what we have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any cleaning rules or cleaning hacks that you subscribe to, will you please share them? Because I hate cleaning until I've been doing it for 5-10 minutes and then I actually love it. Okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. Once I get going, I'm not mad about model home clean. How about you? Are you good at cleaning? Are you bad at cleaning? Are you like me, where you're bad at it until you get started and then you're not so bad? If you haven't done so already, jump on down there, hit that like button, and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next one. I'm waiting until he moves. Bye, guys!